Hello there, everybody, and welcome to yet another exciting episode of Pro Laps. So today, we are doing Mickey's Speedway USA, and sorry, I like the name of that. All right, a little bit of talking about this game, or why this game, or how did I get my hands on this game, or whatever, blah blah blah. Before that, actually, real quick, I was playing this for a little bit to kind of try it out, just to see how it feels, to see if it's actually as difficult as people say it is, because I've always heard that this game was extremely hard. I do think it's kind of tough. I was looking up to see, like, who the technical best characters are, like, the characters we have unlocked at the start, because I've not unlocked any, but I've not beaten anything yet, even though, like, I think one of the tracks says it's beaten, but I think that's because, you know, this is a used copy. We have, in terms of characters, because this is a rareware kart racer, kind of like a spiritual successor to Diddy Kong Racing. We do have some stats, and, you know, old school kart racers, gotta love them, with kart racers in general. So, you know, both Mickey and Donald are considered the medium characters, like the balanced characters, so think like Crash Coco, if you're more familiar with CTR like I am. And then, you've got, you know, Daisy and Minnie, who I think are supposed to be like, I guess in terms of CTR, well, they're good at handling and acceleration, so they're probably, I guess, like the polar type, and then like Pete and Goofy are the heavyweights, but they're also really fast. And I was playing Goofy for a little bit because it seemed to be the best choice. At the same thing, both Pete and Goofy, like heavyweight things, also seems to be the kind of thing that happens in, like, Mario Kart. Yeah, one of these maps, or one of these these are the tournaments I figured out, already has one beaten. That was not me. Like I said, that this is my first time ever playing this game today, and let's just go play the one I was going. I was doing Motorway Mania. I got, like, to the second level, and I was just getting, well, eventually bombarded at the very end, so, but yeah, let's just get right into the actual kart racing part of it. And then while I do that, I can go ahead and talk about, I guess, my history with this game, if there really is much of a history. Well, not really. I don't have much history of this game at all, because again, this is the first time I've played this game today, and I bought it for like 30 bucks online. I did actually find a copy, or I saw a copy of it out in the wild for months, and instead of, I should have kept those, instead of actually just caving in and purchasing it for 30 bucks when I saw it, I was like, I don't really need it. I mean, I don't know. It might not even be my cup of tea. I don't know. Like, it's a Diddy Kong Racing game. Like, it'd be cool to have one day, but right now, you know, right now is not the time to get it, I guess. So I ended up kind of missing out on it, and eventually it disappeared. And I just said, you know what, screw it. I'm going to go ahead and buy the game online, and then I did. So it arrived just today. Perfect timing, honestly. And like I said, I played a little bit of it, just to kind of get the hang of the controls and everything, and what have you, and yeah, here we are. So, another little bit of history. I grew up playing Mario Kart and CTR, and I was always more of like a... Funny enough, as a kid, I played more Mario Kart, I think, than I did CTR, but I always obviously had and South Park Rally. I played a lot. I think out of all those three, I think as a kid, I think I played South Park Rally more often than I did the other two. But in terms of CTR, like, I've always liked CTR, but there was never, like, an urge to really play it. Not until Nitro Fueled came out. When Nitro Fueled came out, my god, it broke me entirely. Something real cool about this is you can actually restart from the second thing. You don't have to do the entire thing all over again. It's really nice. I'll talk about the game when I get around to it, but I know I should be talking about it right now, but still, I think I fucked up again. Oh, restart one retry. Oh, that's how that... Oh, I thought it meant restart from... Oh, oops. I didn't realize that I have to... Do I have to build retries, or is it just a case of... I'm not sure yet. I kind of fucked that up. Okay, so maybe it is kind of like South Park Rally a little bit, where you do get extra credits. It's been a while since I've done Diddy Kong Racing, but yeah. So Diddy Kong Racing, I technically grew up playing Diddy Kong Racing, However, you know, I'm going to sacrifice that 1 coin. I'm going to have to, because I really fucked up the beginning twice now. It's crazy. I only grew up playing Diddy Kong Racing because my uncle had it. And that's how I would play it, so. And then, yeah, like, when Nitro Field came out, that broke everything. And I've played plenty of other kart racers before. I've played Nickelodeon kart racers. I got the platinum for the first one because it was so easy, and I'm like, ah, fudge it, why not? And then I tried out Kart Racers 2, and then also 3. Like, I bought 2, but I think 3 had, like, a trial that you could do. And I bought 2, and then never really cared for it, which is kind of funny because it is a CTR type game. It really, you know, it really wanted to be. I'm also looking forward to the ukulele racing game because that one actually looks pretty fun. Even though, like, I'm not the biggest fan of, like, old school kart racers much, I'll play them. Like, I'm not a big hater of it. It's just more so, I tend to really like I said, CTR. I like you can just kind of drift and get a boost from that type thing. I mean, granted, Mario Kart eventually started doing the same thing later on, too. And I don't remember if Diddy Kong Racing on DS does that. I don't think it does. But either way, this game doesn't. As far as I know, there is no boost. There's no drift boost going on. But yeah, let's talk about the actual game itself. So for starters, when I started up the game, there was no music, so I turned that all the way up. I don't know why that was turned off to begin with, but it was. It honestly, it felt like a creepypasta, because whenever I see Disney stuff, like anything related to Mickey at all, it just immediately makes me think like, oh dear God, I'm definitely in creepypasta territory, because, you know, those types of creepypasta Mickey Mouse type shit just always seemed like something that, I don't know, would happen to me at some point. It just, I don't know, like, I kind of view Mickey in that weird way. And yeah, talking about the game more, graphically, I think it's really good. I actually, like, I know I'm recording this on 480p, but, or 360, either way, I know I'm recording this in really low quality. Oh, I fucked up bad. However, there's not much I can really do about that. I don't have anything that can really technically upscale much. So I'm kind of just stuck with using composite cable, and Elgato just doesn't allow, as far as I'm aware, doesn't seem to allow me to do anything about that. God damn it, Donald, fuck off. Yeah, I'm screwed. I'm really screwed right now. Yeah, you get hit once and you're just gone. You fuck up one time, you're gone. This game is brutal. Also, I realized that this, apparently, I guess, might be the Starman, because it feels like it makes me go faster, or at least it looks like it's trying to make me go faster. Anyway, yeah, control-wise, this is like the main thing I want to talk about. I am genuinely surprised by how much just pure control that this game has. Like, it is absolutely insane how tight this game actually feels. And even like the drifting itself, it's really responsive, and I'm not used to that when it comes to a 64 kart racer. You know, because I played my Mario Kart 64s, I played my Diddy Kong Racings, and I've always kind of felt like every time I play those, I just hit the wall and I don't know what I'm doing. I did actually practice beforehand. I actually went to the practice mode and did play a little bit of practice. Also, I don't know if I'm going to be able to qualify. And plus, I ran out of tokens, like continue tokens, so I might get screwed here. I don't know. Although I think the game, yeah, you failed to qualify. Game over. Fuck. Let's go try a different tournament, just because. Try something a little different, just to kind of get a view of things, I guess. I could play an amateur, but it's too slow, and I don't like that. I really don't like that. Yeah, graphically, I think it looks really good. I've always loved the 2D art style that these games had, especially for Rare games. And, like, I'm not, like, the biggest fan of Rareware much. Which is kind of funny, because I like a few Rare IPs and such, but especially back when I was younger, I used to like Banjo-Kazooie, and then I really fell out of it. And speaking of Banjo, I did whip out Ukulele again today, just to try it again. You know, see if maybe this time I'll actually like it, because I've been playing a lot of indie stuff again, and yeah, I came around to kind of liking it a little bit. I'm like, oh, okay, maybe it's not as bad as I remember it being, because I keep thinking to myself, like, it's made in Unity, it's kind of ass, it's kind of gross. But realistically, though, when I look past that, I can kind of see there's some decent quality game there. By the way, you can hold down to look behind you. You can hit right on the C stick. I should probably say, you know, the C button for down is to look behind you. Up is to, you know, do this. Left does nothing. L does nothing. So Z is your usual, you know, shoot things. Which, by the way, I just want to say right now that I think the 64 is the perfect console for, like, kart racer type stuff, like, controller-wise. I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong, like, you know, again, I love Crash Team Racing, and the way they had that built up is, like, just heavenly. But when it comes to, like, the kart racers on 64, I've never really had much of a problem with actually playing them with my controller, because I feel like the Z button being the shoot button, and just, you know, A and B right in front and center just to drive, brake, that kind of stuff is all great. But yeah, back to the controls of it. It didn't take me long to figure out the turbo. You just do it like a slight second or so after the third light comes on. And yeah, like, it's really responsive. It's really tight, which, again, like I said, I find that really weird. I might have to go back and play some Diddy Kong Racing again, which I might not do a prolapse of it right now. I don't want to try to, like, do too many of these videos, because I don't want to ruin the series itself. I kind of wanted to keep these things sort of fresh. But maybe in the future, I might do some Diddy Kong Racing stuff. Who knows? Maybe if somebody's willing to actually play and beat the game for me, and I don't have to do anything. Not that Diddy Kong Racing's bad, it's just I'm not really the best at Diddy Kong Racing. It's going to take me some time to probably get used to that, but maybe a co-op might happen, who knows. I'm just gonna say right now, I highly doubt that, but I'm not gonna say fully no, like I know for a fact that it won't happen. By the way, I'm not sure if the game does the same thing that Mario Kart does, where the more, like, coins you get, just for a lack of word here that I don't know what, you know, you would call these, I guess. I'm not exactly sure. It looks like 20 is the max, so we figured that out. I'm not sure if they help you accelerate any faster or not, or if they give you any extra big boost power-up things like Crash Team Racing does. I don't think so, but I don't know so. Man, Burnout would be a great game to also probably do at some point, too, because I love me some Burnout Revenge. Yes, I do have it on the PS2. I do have Burnout Revenge on the PS2. I also have it on Xbox because it looks nicer and looks cleaner. They did change the controls, button layout, actually. They made it a lot more of a modern racing control, where, like, ZR, what? You know, like, right trigger, I think, is to drive, and left trigger is to brake. Where the original game, I think it was X to drive, or something like that, or square. I don't remember. It's been a while since I played Revenge on PS2. But even trying to get my PS2 to work is a pain in the ass. This one scared me for a little bit, though, because I turned it on, the 64, and, you know, there was nothing. I already hooked it all the way up to Elgato and all the other stuff, and there was nothing. I was like, oh, crap. Like, I'm sure the game works. Usually when it comes to 64 stuff, I'm not that afraid, because 64... You know, we've always had problems with the 64, even back then. This is my 64. I'm talking about, like, you know, my parents' 64. You know, we've always had problems with getting these things to work. I'm pretty sure everyone has, of course. You know, even my friend knows. He's dealt with it, too. We all have. We all have our horror stories. And it's one of those things where you just kind of half expect it to do exactly that. You just kind of think to yourself, yeah, it's most likely going to give me some shit, so I'll wait it out. and then I'll go from there. Also, I do want to say I'm really surprised. I guess I'm not really that surprised because, again, this is Rare making this game. It's incredible when you play an older title that you never played before, and you... Like, it's a kart racer, or you could also say, like, you know, with fighting games, they kind of do the same thing, sort of, too. Where every weapon and just every mechanic is so easy to kind of guess what they do that you would think, because that's something I'm always kind of afraid of when I'm playing these new types of games, is like, oh, am I going to have a hard time adjusting to the new controls? Am I going to have a hard time learning, like, what weapons do what? Because there's some kart racers out there that have really bizarre weapons that just don't make any sense. I can't think of anything on the top of my head. I think the one I'm thinking of is probably Nickelodeon. Or maybe even possibly Sonic Crossworlds, or just a Sonic racing game in general, I don't know. But I feel like there's some out there that have things that just exist because, like, oh, it's a cameo, or oh, it's whatever, it's just something we threw in here, I guess. And sometimes I feel like I just don't really understand what they do, of course, until I use them. But I feel like visually, the visual feedback that I'm getting from every one of these weapons just makes total sense to me. Like, the green puddle is like, oh, okay, it's a puddle. It's most likely going to be an oil slick. You know, it's that kind of thing. Oh, yeah, there's shortcuts in this game. I keep forgetting about that. Which is insane, too, because I think Mario Kart 64 kind of had shortcuts. Well, yeah, you could exploit some of them. I'm talking specifically about actual, just regular shortcuts. Because, again, I'm more used to CTR, and they have a ton of shortcuts. Like, a ton of just really good shortcuts. And this game seems to actually do that a lot, too. Yeah, in terms of weapons, going back on topic with that, I do actually feel like each one does make a ton of sense. And it's baffling. Also, the brake mechanic, which, again, I know I keep bringing it up, but CTR has a really good brake mechanic that people might... If you play a lot of CTR, you'll know what I'm talking about. Where if you're doing, like, a jump and you're trying to get, like, around a corner or something, you'll end up doing, like, a short hop. I mean, you'll just, you know, do, like, a drift and like, jump, and then you'll hit square and then turn at the same time. I don't know if this game necessarily does, like, the whole, like, jumping turn with brake or not, but the brake is incredibly fast. It is incredibly responsive. It's insane. I mean, I kind of figured I probably would hopefully like this game, but I was also kind of afraid of it too because, well, one, like I said, I've heard the horror stories about this game being difficult, and two, it's Rare, and typically with Rare stuff, you know, they, for me at least, typically, I have a hard time, like, really enjoying their games, but there's certain ones I do like. I'm not a big GoldenEye, but I do respect GoldenEye, as in, like, I've never really beaten it, so, or played it much, to be fair. Or Perfect Dark. Conker's Bad Fur Day is, I guess, probably my favorite, if I had to argue, in terms of favorite Rare thing. I'm not a big Battletoads guy. I'm not really big into Banjo anymore. I used to be. That was kind of the main thing, like, oh, DK Country, of course. Those are an absolute blast and a half. I would say, I feel like Conker would be technically my favorite, but yet DKC, like 1 and 2, mainly especially 1, I think really just does a hell of a number in terms of me really liking it, so most likely I'm just going to give it to DKC and just say that's actually probably my favorite, technically speaking. I guess that's it. Alright, I got third, which is not bad. I got first all 3 other times. So, most likely, I probably did win the entire Grand Prix if we're going by points. I should. I still got, like, a few points. Yeah, I'm way up there. Oh, we have one more map, don't we? Oh, fucking hell. I thought it was over. Or is it? Are we fighting a boss? Huh. Yeah, that's another thing I read about online, too, was... I wish you can control this. That'd be kind of cool if you can control the... You know, the mouse, the cursor. It would have been really cool. Or not, no. One thing I heard about was that if you beat every map on professional mode, there are unlockables in this game. You can unlock stuff, which is really nice. And apparently you gotta, go deal with the weasels, I guess, on professional or something like that. So either way, not bad. I got at least a tournament done. I could always technically do another one. I didn't want to record for too long. I was like, I don't want to do like 40 minutes of this. But at the same time, it would be nice to just... I could always try a different map. And luckily, one of them's already beaten, so I don't have to worry about that. I could try professional mode for this one, see how that goes. And just give that a shot and see how difficult that's going to be, because I'm sure it's going to be hard. Also, not necessarily a kart racer, but Jack X is pretty cool, too. There's a lot of different racing games I could do for this type of series. It's just a matter of really wanting to do them, I guess. I feel... Okay, real quick, in terms of speed, I can't tell, but it doesn't seem like I'm going much faster. If I play on amateur, you'll definitely see it. By the way, you cannot launch red Koopas behind you. This was one of the few weapons I can say that, like, visually from the icon itself didn't make any sense, but, visually when you launch the weapon, it's an immediate reaction of like, oh, okay, yeah, I get what that does. Yeah, fuck you, Pete, you asshole. I guess it kind of makes sense for both Pete and Goofy to be the, big heavyweight type characters. I usually kind of associate Pete with Goofy anyway, so... When are we going to get another, like, Disney racing game and have Sora in it? They totally could, I mean, I'm sure. They put Sora in freaking of course they did. They put him in Kingdom Hearts, yeah. They put him in, Smash Brothers. I don't see why not. Oh, another game I wanted to do, too, was Cartoon Network Speedway. I don't know if I want to do that as, like, just part of this series particularly, but, at one point in time, I was like, oh, I want to kind of do a recording thing of that, too. The Game Boy one. Because that's the only one I ever had. And I found out recently they actually had a DS game, too, and I was like, what the hell? Like, I knew about the PS2 one, but I never knew about the DS one. Okay, so this map's a little tough. I'm going to skip the first shortcut because, well, I suck. Yeah, so far, not too bad, but this map does tend to kind of give me some grief. And also, depending on which way you go, could probably also affect... so I think there's probably most likely... Well, I don't know that for a fact, though, if parts of these tracks are... Well, as in, like, the fork in the road type thing, because I'm pretty sure there's a fork in the road, like, right here. I'm not sure if going the other way will make you any faster or not, because I feel like this one seems to technically be the shortcut, but I'm not 100% certain on that. Yeah, also, I do want to say, like, I know I've been saying it a lot, but I do want to say it again. The way that this game controls is just absolutely heavenly, and I'm surprised. I'm ready to go on this one. I'm taking this. I'm actually just really surprised at how good this feels to play. Like, it's really easy to control, and it reacts to everything I want it to do. Like, drifting-wise, it took me a few seconds to kind of get the drift. I went to practice, and drifting, I was like, oh, great. It's Diddy Kong Racing drifting, where I'm gonna go fucking careening into the wall every time I try to do it. And then, like, I started playing some of the tracks, I'm like, oh. I think it's just the practice map has a lot of really tight things they expect you to kind of learn. But these maps themselves are really not that bad. Why does... Like, didn't we do all these already? This is just the same fucking... Wait, am I doing the same cup again on accident? No, I remember what happened. I got here and then we lost. Well, by we, I mean me, of course. Oh, shit. Well, actually, that's good. That's good to get a turbo there, too, because I need that. Also, watching the video, I don't think it's going to help anybody when it comes to trying to figure out, like, is this game good or not? So, I would suggest either looking up... I mean, it's not a hard game, like, in terms of price-wise and trying to find it. Thankfully, it's not too difficult to get your hands on. But... Or, then again, you could always go another route of playing it as in, go to your friend's house. Because he probably has it. There you go, yeah. You get... Yeah. Either way, all I'm saying is, like, watching it is not doing it any favors when it comes to, exactly explaining how good this game feels. So, one thing I can say for certain, though, is if I grew up playing this game as a kid, I probably would have liked it a little bit, but I probably would have gotten pretty frustrated pretty quick. And plus, I mean, at the time, even though I did watch Disney movies, I wasn't really much of a Disney kid, so I didn't really care much about, like, you know, Donald and Goofy and all them. I kind of thought they were kind of lame and cringe, but I guess what kid didn't, right? Well, I'm sure there's plenty of them out there. See if I can land that. Nope. Surprised they didn't come back and hit me yet. There we go, nice. I'm pretty sure that's supposed to just be a red Koopa shell. I don't think this game has a first place attacker weapon, because the baseball seems to be a green Koopa shell, so they have to have at the very least some sort of homing attack one too. But then again, the airplane attacks, it does like a homing attack as well. Is it possible the airplane might be a first place attacking weapon too? I don't know. Yeah, after this I need to whip out some Diddy Kong Racing and try that out. Okay, I've never played this map yet. This is my first time doing this one. So it's going to take me a little bit to kind of figure this out. I could use the coins, though. I get the feeling those boxes are... Yeah, I was like, I get the feeling they're going to drop on me at some point. This was kind of a dumb thought process I just had a second ago. I'm like, man, they should make a Ratchet and Clank racing game. And I remembered, well, we don't have a Ratchet and Clank racing game, like Ratchet itself, but... He was playable in Jack X, I'm sure, so... Where am I going? Oh, yeah, that's right, there's hidden things, too. I forgot about that. Shit. Speaking of hidden things, if I'm playing... I have CTR also on Switch, and... I don't have all the characters unlocked for it. So I'm gonna have to get all the trick jump things that they added when it came to getting the boxes, the crates. That was really cool, though. I love that. Also, I'm really mad at myself because as much as I love CTR, I didn't really, unfortunately, play a lot when it was going on in the Grand Prix type stuff. Now, I mean, I played a good amount. It was just... It's always one of those things where I usually play CTR, especially now when I'm working on something in the background. So, I want to win this tourney. I don't want to lose here. Getting third would be fine. I'm fine with that. I'm perfectly fine with that. I don't like how things kind of pop in, and the render distance is kind of a little low, but yeah, once again, like I've said, this game is... God damn it. It's great, but god damn, is it kind of hard. It's also really fucking... I bet that has something to do with my weight. That's gotta have something to do with my weight at this point. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be the star man of the game, because... It definitely feels like you go a lot faster when you use it. No doubt. I would love to get... well, now it's gone. I guess. As far as I know, I have heard that there was hidden things you can pick up in this game. One thing I do also like, too, that I never explained yet, was in the bottom left, you know, it shows you, like, which characters happen to pass at which point in time. And I do think that's actually pretty useful information to have. It's not game-breaking or anything like that, but it's definitely nice. Also, each place is based on, you know, real-life places and such. I kind of wish that this was based more on, like, I guess, okay. I don't know. Like, maybe more so Disney-ish related areas, but it don't matter. I don't think we can skip this. Nope. And yeah, I'm just probably going to say that's it for this. I hope you guys enjoyed. And I certainly did. I have to say, this is a really cool game. And I would definitely love to show this off to to people when I get the chance. So maybe even this weekend, if I'm lucky enough, or hell, I mean at this point, like you guys get to see it. You pretty much get to see it uploaded right now, the same day, because Jak 3 just got up. Jak 3 got done yesterday, I think, and now I'm uploading this video today. So pretty cool, recording and uploading it today. But nice. Professional's not too difficult yet, but we'll see about that. I don't know. Anyway, that's it for this. I hope to see you guys in the next episode of this, whenever I do that in the future. And whatever else I happen to do on YouTube as well in the future, which might be a little bit of time between each video, of course, but we'll see how that goes. And anyway, yeah, that's it. So as always, take care, everybody.